we've done this much, is to even pronounce the word Māori, which is one of the harder words, ironically, one of the harder words to pronounce in the Māori language. So much easier is the word Māori, that O sound, O, Māori, is, for us as Pākehā speakers, is probably much easier. So Māori, that's Māori. And often people, when they look at this, they go, oh, I'm speaking Māori. No, that's Māori, A-U-O, Māori. Do you know what that is?
Māori.
The Māori. You get this phrase, Tihe Māori order. Well, sometimes they just say Māori order. It's the life force of something. So it's the spiritual essence. So it's a very deeply, almost religious word, spiritual word. And they'll, often in modern environmental cases or something, basically if something is spoiling that bit of the environment, they basically say it's lost its Māori. Like you've actually done this to it and now it's just not what it was. The Māori, or what it was that was important isn't there anymore. But like, if you build a long runway on a Pacific island, it sort of changes the Māori. Never quite the same, not quite paradise anymore. And this is Māori. So ori, Māori, Māori. So that's a more open sound, Māori, Māori. So Māori, Māori, Māori. So, and you can hear that R, it's almost like that D, isn't it? Māori, Māori. Like remember we looked at how Cody, the Cody tree, they used to spell C-O-W-D-E-E, Cody. Māori. So the interesting thing is that Māori doesn't mean what you think it means.
It means the people.
It means just normal or usual. So it's like, we're just like the people around here. Because if you think about it, Māori have their identity as people is actually much more tied up with their iwi, right? So, you're Waikato or you're Tainui before you're Māori. You're that. So Māori is, yes, it's an identifiable way that they can identify themselves with. In other words, we're the people who are here. Or we would say native people, wouldn't we? As in the people that belong to a particular, born in a particular place. So that's more the meaning of it. It's not an ethnic, it's not a, tracing to an ancestor or anything like that. Māori. And a lot of other names are like that too. I mean, Germana, the Germans, German just means the relations. Like the related tribes to each other. So, I mean, these names don't always have deep meanings. Okay, so, Māori. So this is, and of course, then you got, Te Reo Māori. I mean, the fact that we say Te Reo Māori, the language Māori, or Te Reo Pākehā, and then we say, I'm learning Te Reo. So what you're literally saying is, I'm learning the language. But because you're saying it in Māori, the assumption is that you're learning the Māori language. Does that make sense? But if you were saying, I'm learning German, you'd say, I'm learning Te Reo Tiamani. So you'd use the same word, but you'd put that other word on the end, if that makes sense. Te Reo Pākehā. And of course, the whole thing Pākehā is interesting, isn't it? Because it sort of gets assumed that it's English. But white people who came here weren't all English. And some of them weren't even English speaking. Those who have Scandinavian ancestors, right? So it's all fun and games, isn't it? So remember we had these things of these encouragement things. So this was taking the group in Whakahurangi back to some of those basics for the sake of our new student. So remember we had not just kia ora, which is be well, healthy, be well, be alive. Kia ora. And someone was saying the other day that in Buddha, the Fijian greeting is like that too. Buddha, it's like health. So it's quite a normal language thing. Makes sense, doesn't it? And we often follow English it up with, like, how are you? So, which is not such inquiring as, I hope you're well. Kia kaha, get stuck in. Kia kaha, kaha, strength. But then, of course, you'd have seen all the sweatshirts, wouldn't you? Kia kaha, te reo Māori. So go for it, the Māori language, or get stuck into speaking Māori, or attack it. Go hard. Go hard is a nice way of saying it. Actually, go hard. Kia kaha. So it's to do with strength, but it's to do with effort as well. Kia kaha. Be strong. Go, put effort into it. Kia kaha. Cool. So then we had, kia pai tō rā. So this is a lovely one, so thinking of that person working in the council facility or a shop. This is the classic, now correct me if I'm wrong, but this was American, wasn't it? Have a nice day.
Oh,
Right? Remember? We never used to say that, did we?
no,
So it's in Pākehā English, New Zealand English.
no.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice rest of your day. That
Yeah. So,
What's that about?
but our good day, g'day, is wishing someone a good day, isn't it? So the nice part is just a variation of it. But this is, that similar thing. So remember this, kia is like encouragement. These are all encouragements. May it be so. May it be so. May the force be with you. That sort of may, right? So kia pai, may it be good. Kia pai, tō rā. Rā, we had rā before for day. Remember rā is like the sun, Egyptian sun god. Rā. Rangi is another word that means to do with sky and can be to do with day. But yeah. Rā, kia pai tō. So tō we've had in things like the national anthem. Remember we had kia hua ko te pai, kia tau tō atawhai in the line. So kia tau, may we be joined to tō atawhai, your, praying to God, your care. You're looking after us. God, as in God defend New Zealand. So tō. You also remember have this phrase, ko wai tō ingoa. Remember that phrase? Ko wai tō ingoa. I can see that you can absolutely, yeah, I can see that you're actually in a break where you might even say that back to me without, because the camera can't see what's here. So try that after me. Ko wai tō ingoa. Ko wai tō ingoa. Ko wai tō ingoa. Ko wai tō ingoa. So it's ko wai tō ingoa. Who, wai is literally who, your name. Who are you as in your name? Not what is your name, but who is your name? Because your name is who you are as a person. It is not quite so polite to say in Māori, ko wai koe. Who are you? And it's not really that polite in English either, is it?
No.
Who are you? Who do you think you are? Which has some of the connotation in Māori if you say ko wai koe. Who are you to think you could do this? Or are the right person for this? Anyway, ko wai tō ingoa. Ingoa name, of course. Ooh, need a little in. So kia pai tō rā. May your day be good. Try that after me. Kia pai. Kia pai tō rā. Tō rā. Kia pai tō rā. Kia pai tō rā. And it's a nice sort of goodbye, really, in mind. Someone. Kia pai tō rā. Usually just, of course, do variations on that. We had this one too. Try it after me. Ka kite. Ka kite anō. Ka kite. Ka kite. Ka kite anō. Ka kite anō. So you could just say ka kite. Literally will see. Yeah, like in English, like see you. There's no word for you there, but like we'll see you. We will see you. Yeah, we'll see you. Ka kite. Or until we see you. And this would, again, yeah. So anō is the again part. But you don't need that. You don't have to put that in, right? So just put it. Just often you'll hear people just say ka kite, won't you? Ka kite. So can you see, this is when you're doing goodbyes and someone's leaving the art gallery, you're in a public space. If it's someone who's just coming in, a member of the public, this is what you'd say. Kia pai tō rā. Except if they're a Stratford person, they might go, oh, what are you saying?
Well, we could go and surprise
you must be Marie's customers, okay? Kia pai tō rā. And you're, aye, kia pai tō rā. So, but ka kite, you can almost feel it, can't you? It's much less formal. Ka kite. You can almost get the sound of the informality. Ka kite anō. See you again. Okay, ka kite. And then we were also just doing this, after you've done all your pepe, you might at the end actually say what your name is. Okay, so ingoa. 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 Tōku ingoa. Tōku ingoa. So remember that macron is not toku, but tōku. Tōku ingoa. So let's try it around the room. Ko Sue tōku ingoa. Ko Sue tōku ingoa. Ko Tracy tōku ingoa. Ko Tracy tōku ingoa. Ko Tim tōku ingoa. Ko Tim tōku ingoa. Ko Lynn tōku ingoa. Ko Lynn tōku ingoa. Ko Karen tōku ingoa. Ko Karen tōku ingoa. Ko Paul tōku ingoa. Ko Paul tōku ingoa. Except once I was in the Māori class, I became Paolo. Because, often if you're in that, it's nice to change it around. Okay. And that was that. I'm there. And that was, and that ka kite, of course, we all know that, ka pai. Someone even texted me that. Said ka pai. Didn't you text back ka pai? Oh no, it was Anne, the missing person. And he's like, ka pai, like, it's almost like a she'll be right. Like, that'll be fine. Not ka pai. Not ke te pai, which sort of indicates like things are going well with me at the moment. Ka pai is like, not just it is good, but it will be good. No, that's fine.
So what's well done?
Well done.
Yeah.
Huh.
What could also
that could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but there's
That's
Karawa,
actually
isn't there?
Yeah, karawi, lawi. Yeah, that's awesome.
Excellent.
Excellent. Yeah, the lawi awards. Yes. So yes,
How do you write that?
that's that.
No,
That's it.
no.
Oh, rawi. Rawi. Ooh, look at this. Rawi. Excellent. Rawi. Tino rawi. Tino pai. Okay, so that was a bit of basic stuff. Do you actually feel like you've had a Māori lesson tonight?
What I've been wondering is, like, you've got morena for morning. What would be agreeing, like, if you came into a thing at night and said,
Yeah, that's, I think I've been asked this before and I haven't done my research. Because you're right, there's this phrase, isn't there? Pō Māori e. Right? Which is good evening or good night.
Right.
And I still haven't found out yet. I should find out. I'll put this up. Whether that's appropriate to greet someone that way as well as it's certainly very appropriate when you say good night. Pō Māori e, it just has that feeling, doesn't it? More of a leaving thing, doesn't it? So maybe you don't use anything along those lines.
So that's very good.
I know, but I mean you do with all the other ones, don't you? Hey, Māori. Sort of good afternoon.
It'd just be cured, wouldn't it?
Yeah, kia ora. So you use kia ora.
Yeah, I was just wondering if
Yeah,
there was
that's
anything else, like specific to coming in evening and afternoon.
So you certainly also get the news you're just saying ngā mihi o te pō, like greetings of the night. So again, not sure if that's essentially a goodbye one. Ngā mihi o te pō. Remember, pō means night. It actually literally means darkness. Darkness, which is night.
There's an email I often get from somebody and they sign that noho ora mai.
Noho ora mai.
So what does that mean?
Okay, cool. Oh, we're on fire here. I'm really glad that you like. Noho ora mai. Like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so noho is...
E
noho, yes, thank you. You're well done. What does it mean?
No, two stand.
A two? E noho?
E noho is sit.
It's sitting. So noho is sit. Or it also means to stay in where you live. So where you stay, because so it means to sit or to stay, because if you think sitting means you're staying in the same place. So that word noho, so it's also like where you stay, as in where the house where you live is your noho kainga. So this is like sit or stay. And ora is well. So it's a phrase that I've heard. Yeah. Or stay safe, or stay well.
In the mind.
In the mai. Now mai normally means in the direction of the person speaking. But here
To you.
maybe just means, actually sort of more to you.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
They will do.
No order. Yeah. No order mai.
Okay.
Yeah. So it doesn't mai can have meanings a little bit beyond that. It's normally like haere mai, it's always like coming to me, to the speaker. I think we also talked about ho mai, to paki paki, give the applause this way, to me, ho mai. But yeah, cool. Some of those words sometimes also, like ra is another good example, really good example. When it's put on the end, it's often an emphasis rather than a direction. Because ra technically is like more like away, somewhere else. But when it's put on the end of a sentence, sometimes it just means it's just a way of an emphasising word.
Because there's aroha mai.
Oh, mate, yeah, we were talking
But
about
that
this when we
means-
came, yeah. Oh,
So-
you missed that part of the lesson, hold on.
No, so you were like,
Yeah,
I
aroha
said
mai,
that to
yeah.
you in my message. But
Aroha mai,
But-
yeah. So, aroha mai,
that
Yes.
doesn't necessarily mean sorry, does it?
yeah, or yeah, it's one of
It's
the
like
best uses
mai.
of it. No,
Like
mai,
mai.
this way.
Love to me.
Aroha mai is please give me some consideration, take pity on me.
Oh, okay.
Give me some
Right.
aroha.
Mhm.
So aroha here is conceived as quite a broad concept of like, a good relationship.
Mhm.
And we need to understand that aroha is, remember the original context of aroha is Māori style of relationships. So they're kinship relationships, they're tribal relationships, so aroha is much more to do with, things like hospitality, reciprocity, mutual exchange of, or kinship obligations even. Yeah, rather than just how you feel. And it's probably, so in that sense, it can be used to express quite a deep sense of aroha. And you get that in the song E Hara I Te Mea, which talks about, it's a Waikato song I think, but it talks about, it wasn't just the missionaries who taught us about aroha. We had concept of this already in our own culture. That's what the song is about. So aroha. Aroha mai, so you literally, and you also get the phrase aroha mai, aroha atu. So love received and love given away. So like again, that's getting at the mutual kindness. Or receive love but give it away too. That sort of concept. So aroha mai. My understanding is it's a more recent introduction to my language. My knowledge of that is not complete. I don't remember coming across it 40 years ago. Put it that way.
Mm.
And look, languages borrow concepts. So the more languages interact with each other. So this is a hilarious one. The German language, some German speakers, I came across this 25 years ago, a couple of German speakers who used the word sorry when they were speaking German. And you think, sorry. And the reason was they were fluent English speakers, so they knew how it was used in English, especially if you just bump into someone and you say, oh, sorry. That's sorry. Not, I'm very sorry, but just, oh, sorry. Didn't mean that, just a small thing. And the reason is because just the way it was done in English did something that they didn't have a German word for. Because the German word is Entschuldigung, or something like that, or Entschuldigen Sie. By the time you said Entschuldigung, you've made a big meal of it, you made a big issue of it, haven't you? Please forgive me, I apologise. Please, do you see what I mean? So you find, the more that Māori interacts with English and I guess other languages, but especially English, the more that it, one influences the other. But of course it cuts all ways. It's not just like, oh, so Māori's not the same. Of course it's not the same. No language is the same. So there'll be you'll look for equivalents so that you can express if there's a sort of something you're expressing in this language. Or it could have been around for ages and I was ignorant of it, which is also very possible. Maybe it just didn't come into our book when you said sorry. And things like thanks and please and all the rest of it. Anyway, that's a good place to leave the lesson. And we'll see you then. Ki runga, ki raro, ki roto, ki waho. Re 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 hau. Pai mā re. Kia ora koutou.